RCCO on air! You're now locked into the pulse of the city, where information and music conspire. RCCO on air! Get ready to tune in for advice and the hottest tunes. From life hacks to killer tracks, we've got it all for you. RCCO on air, bringing you ultimate radio experience.
A pleasant afternoon to our listeners. I am CM, and now is the time for yet another substantial discussion that always takes place only here on RCCO on air, where music and information meets. Your knowledgeable music and news partner is now on its 10th episode. I would like to take this moment to thank all of you guys, because if it weren't because of you, we would not have come this far. But before things get dramatic, when we get back, let's have a fruitful discussion on guardian of property buying, knowing your rights and obligations in a contract, and buying real estate. Brace yourselves for a meaningful discourse with no other than Australia's esteemed property lawyers, Attorney Rochelle Castro, as she speaks about the no's and how's of real estate contracts to ensure a smooth and legal process of acquiring your hard-earned property. Before we fill your minds with information, let's nourish your ears first. You might want to go home after grooving your heart out to the song Don't Take Me Home by global genius feat Chris Cron. That's only here on RCCO On Air.
I've got the taste for another night like this. No time wasted within your fingertips. I heard it loud and clear. You don't have to stay home, but boy, you can't stay here. I don't wanna waste a minute. Anything you want, I'm in it. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't care where we go as long as we're together. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. You wanna party or what? Endless summer, sunlight in your hair. My legs shaking, so tired of standing still. Seal the front door and leave behind the past. Skip down, push the pedal down, at least until we run out of gas. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't care where we go as long as we're together. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't care where we go as long as we're together. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't wanna waste a minute. Anything you want, I'm in it. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't care where we go as long as we're together. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't care where we go as long as we're together. Don't take me home. 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 Whatever you do, just don't take me home.
RCC.
Are property disputes causing you stress? Our dedicated legal experts at RCCO Lawyers are here to help you navigate these challenges with expertise. Let's work together to bring clarity and resolution to your situation. Book your free 20-minute consultation today and take the first step towards a smoother, worry-free property experience. Chat with our experts now.
RCCO on air!
RCCO On Air, where music and information meets. This afternoon, we will discuss a topic that means a lot to people who are currently in the process of acquiring their most desired property, or this topic could be also for those who are still trying to consider buying one. We recognize how pivotal this step is, and we also know that it carries complex processes that can be overwhelming for you. Worry no more. By the end of this discourse, we guarantee that we have shed light to your confusions. And of course, I know that I'm not an expert and it would be impossible for me to provide that light I'm talking about. So joining us today is no other than our principal lawyer of RC&Co Lawyers, who is also a seasoned legal professional with a specialization in property. Joining us once again today is attorney Rochelle Castro. Greetings, attorney Rochelle. How have you been doing?
I've been well. Thanks for having me, Charwin.
You're welcome, attorney Rochelle, and I'm sure all of our viewers are grateful once again to have you on RCCO On Air. Now, starting things off, attorney Rochelle, how can property buyers ensure that they are fully aware of all the terms and conditions outlined in a real estate contract before signing? And are there any available resources to help them understand the legal aspects of property buying?
Yes, they could definitely get expert advice. That's the first thing that they need to do, so that they understand the contents of what they are signing up to. It's quite important that particularly special conditions are looked into by experts, because there are certain things that rights that could be legally removed from them, such as not being able to hire an expert, a building expert or pest expert, to look into the building before they sign off. So it's important that they have the special conditions looked into prior to signing. The second one is there are actually links, in government links, depending on what state they are from, which provide for potential buyers. So also look into those links of resources in the particular government. In Victoria, they have it in Consumer Affairs. In Sydney, they have it in New South Wales Fair Trading website. Look into those things. That's the other resource, Charwin, that potential buyers could look into to get some guidance on the contents of the contract.
Right. All of those points you've made mention, attorney, brings us to the idea that prior education of what to watch out in the real estate contract and as well as in the government links matters the most to make sure that you are getting the property you deserve. Now, on to the next question, attorney. What are some crucial obligations in a contract that property buyers must fulfill during the purchasing process?
So during the purchasing process, it's quite important that they understand the funding, when it would have to be made available. So when will their bank be ready for settlement? That's one. If they already have the cash for the deposit, because usually deposit is paid immediately after signing the contract, and it's not it's a huge amount of money. It's usually 10% of the purchase price. So make sure that they actually have the cash to pay the deposit already prior to signing. And of course, the third aspect is settlement date. Settlement date is when they will move in, or the key will be handed over to them. So moving in and out of their current property, moving into the property if they will live there, is definitely an important aspect that they need to consider. And I've had clients in the past where they moved out of their own house, but settlement has been delayed. And settlement, because of that, they can't move into the new house. There are legal mechanisms such as, getting into license. But I remember, Charwin, I actually had a client who was waiting for settlement to happen. So settlement was supposed to be scheduled 2:00. She was waiting there with her truck, with her appliances and furniture. And then we had to inform her it had to be delayed because there were parties who were not ready. And then she said to me, Rochelle, where am I gonna sleep? I moved out of my old house and I was expecting that today would be settlement. So it's important, Charwin, that buyers look into the settlement date and give allowances. Don't do exact dates, because there's just unfortunately certain things that happen in settlement that goes beyond the control of the parties.
Yes, a deposit and moving date are the things that you
Mm.
really need to prepare and consider
Yes.
in order to avoid that tragic situation in which one of your clients have faced in the past, attorney?
Yes.
Right. And let's be more situational this time. What happens if a buyer finds out something wrong with the property after they have already signed a contract? Are there any other options, attorney, that they could consider?
Yeah, yes. In instances like that, I would have to give the typical classic lawyer answer. It depends, Charmin.
Oh.
It depends. So it depends if they have already signed a
Mhm.
contract. It depends on what the special conditions say. But the best scenario for a buyer is there is a special condition that allows them within a time frame, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, to produce a building consultant report which says if there are major or significant problems with the building or pest issues. And then if the contract allows for them to produce that within a certain time period, that meaning the report, they could actually withdraw from the contract and get their deposit back. But that's only if those special conditions are in the contract. If they're not, it says that you bought the house or the property in its current condition, and you cannot use an excuse that there's a problem with it to back away from the contract. So that's why it really depends.
Right. So remember, everyone, it actually depends. So you really need to be careful. You have to read between the lines of your contract as much as possible in order to avoid that situation. And attorney, after all the discourse that we've done on properties, a property buyer's rights and obligations in a real estate contract, why is it essential for property buyers to learn their rights and obligations in a real estate contract?
Well, Charwin, it's really one of the most significant purchases a person will make in their life.
True.
Buying a property, it's not the same as buying a fancy Louis Vuitton or a Hermes bag. It's not even that. It's potentially where they will live for the rest of their life. It will be their castle in the future or their investment. So it's absolutely important that they understand before they sign up to that contract, that they understand their rights and obligations, and also be able to control it, because after they sign, there's no more control. They have lost control of what they are signing up to. So it's absolutely important before they commit to that contract that they understand their rights and obligations, because it's one of the biggest purchases they will make in their life.
Yes, I like the idea that it is definitely the biggest purchase of their lives. So, which is why it is important to seek legal advice and to always make sure that things are on the right track when buying a property, so that you're not burning your own money. Because again, that's definitely your biggest purchase. And you know what, Sereni? I am sure that our listeners right now are taking your advice into account and shall help them in preparing themselves for this biggest purchase of their lives. And thank you so much for your time, attorney, today.
Thanks for having me. See you next time, Charwin.
See you next time, attorney, and we're very excited to see you on our next episodes. Once again, everyone, that's attorney Rochelle Castro, RCCO Lawyers Principal Lawyer. And should you face any legal matters, especially in property matters, look no further, as RCCO Lawyers are here. Please send us your inquiries through any of our currently displayed social media accounts on your screens. And if you want to explore further about us, do not hesitate to visit our website. That's www.rccolawyers.com. Again, that's www.rccolawyers.com. And if you also want to learn more about the law, you should make sure to stay up to date with our upcoming broadcasts and attend our live Facebook shows. We ask you to share this live video, this particular episode, with your friends and family so they'll be able to learn more about the law. And after we've shared information, you might want to unwind yourself from information overload. Of course, because CM understands that since we just shared information. And you might want to feel like you want to relax in a beach like in California. Let's douse our ears into the song California by Flash. That's only here on RCCO On Air.
RCCO on air.
Need smooth and stress-free conveyancing services? Make an appointment with RC&Co Lawyers for a hassle-free property transaction experience, ensuring your peace of mind every step of the way. Enjoy your free 20-minute consultation now.
RCCO on air. News break.
Traditional homes are out, apartment buildings are in. That's now the choice that investors are putting their focus on to capitalize on the apartment market's impressive returns. Research conducted by Newstar and Hotspotting challenges the long-held belief that houses offer superior capital growth, which reveals that apartments are outperforming in various Australian markets. Promising locations for unit investors include Queensland markets like Brisbane, central business districts in Brisbane, and the Gold Coast, along with Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. According to Newstar, their conducted study disclosed a growing trend where apartment markets are surpassing houses in both short-term and long-term growths. According to Terry Ryder, the director of Hotspotting, this was caused partly by the construction of larger and more luxurious apartments. Since the rise of apartment constructions, there have been many reports of experiencing rising sales transactions, indicating potential price growth in areas like Inner Brisbane, Brisbane North, Gold Coast, Sydney City, and Melbourne City.
RCCO on air. News break.
And that concludes our afternoon. Another day, another episode well spent again. Thank you to Attorney Rochelle Castro for her relentless effort to speak with us. You know, we were able to provide a meaningful conversation about recognizing your rights and obligations in a contract when buying a real estate. I must say that the most significant takeaway from today's discussion is that you have to be prepared and knowledgeable about what to anticipate in your real estate contracts. And what other way are we able to achieve knowledge with real estate contracts? That's, of course, only possible with the help of legal experts in property, just like us at RC&Co Lawyers. Should you want to get our service in any legal matters you face, which is beyond property matters, do not hesitate to send us a message in any of our social media sites, or you may also send that here on our Facebook page. Do not forget that information is your greatest weapon. Keep yourself informed and legally empowered. As much as I want to lengthen this episode, all good things must come to an end, as they say. We're saying goodbye to this episode, and we're saying hello to our, guess what? 11th episode. Until next time, where music and information meets, that's only here on RCCO On Air. Goodbye, everyone.
RCCO on air. Gotcha the scoop you need and the tunes you love. RCCO on air. Stay curious. Stay groovy. RCCO on air. Now signing off.